I went shopping this morning, and this announcement is about what I found in the shopping. But before I tell you what I found, I'm going to read a couple of quotes. So excuse me for this, Brother Ray. The first one is by Witness Lee. Listen to this. Today on the spiritual side, there is a drought, desolation, and famine over the whole earth. This is the main reason that all the saints in every place over the globe are so thirsty for the publications of the Lord's recovery. In the last century, before this one, especially in England, spiritual books were mushrooming like bamboo shoots after rain, being published, listen to this, in bundles. Did you hear that? Spiritual books were published in bundles. However, after World War II, it has no longer been the same. We have to admit that even in such a vast Christian country as the United States, people are suffering spiritual famine. It is not adequate only to speak to people with our mouths. It is best to give each one a book and lead them to read it. Okay, now Watchman Nee. That was 1987, by the way. This is Watchman Nee in 1926. Of course, we should do our best to proclaim our beloved Lord and other truths with our mouth, but we cannot take hold of everyone to speak to Him. For this reason, we should give away books. Do you know that giving away books produces the greatest results? Do you know that giving away a good book can lead others to receive the Lord, to understand the truth, and to forsake heresies? Unfortunately, those believers who are able would not do this work. Although we cannot know the result of giving books away, in that day when we stand before the judgment seat, we will see why it was worthwhile to do this work. We publish books, that's LSM, and you should buy and give away books. Okay, so here's the first bundle. It's called The Basis for the Building Work of God. This bundle of 5 books is on sale for $5. That is $1 per book if my math is correct. I'm a physician, so I don't know much about math. So, okay. Let me read you just a quick little preface here. This is by Brother Chang Yulan. In the summer of 1958, Witness Lee, the servant of the Lord, was sent by God to Europe, America, and Asia to visit the saints and to observe the condition of the churches in these places. Upon returning to Taiwan, he was heavily burdened in his heart due to the sense that there was a tremendous lack of building among the churches. That's when this book came out. As a result of this book and a couple of others on the building, there was a great rise of consecration in all the churches in Taiwan. Okay, that's the first bundle. Now I have another bundle. Actually, I have 2 bundles because I couldn't resist. 2 bundles of the same book. Okay, this bundle, guess how much this one cost? $5. And how many booklets are in this book, this bundle? 50. You said 5. It's 50. So how much is that per booklet? 10 cents. You're right. I don't know anything you can buy today for 10 cents, but that makes giving away this book a good deal. And so I'm going to rip it open because that's the first thing you have to do. And what I also discovered by doing a little math was that if you just take 2 of these 2 of these booklets and put them in your pocket. And twice a week, you give somebody a book. 2 times a week, you give somebody a book. By the next conference in November in Houston, where we'll have another $5 bundle, you will need to restock. Isn't that simple? Well, I'm going to have to put 4 in my pocket each week because I bought 2 bundles. So I would encourage you to go by the special tables out here and pick up your bundles. Oh, the title of this one. This is a great title. The Dispensing of the Triune God to Produce His Abode. This is actually a life study that is put into this form and annotated to fit into the booklet. It's a life study from the book of John. How about introducing the ministry to someone by giving them a life study? Is this worth more or less than 10 cents? Yeah, no value. It's priceless to what it can do for someone. By the way, I got caught smuggling this into Russia. I was actually taking it to, I was taking how many copies? 500? Yeah, 500 copies to Ethiopia. Well, I didn't know that the Russians would not like me taking spiritual books in, and so I'm sorry to make this a little too long, probably. But anyway, they stopped me and opened my suitcase, and the Russian inspector said, "What are you taking into Russia?" And I said, "Well, I'm actually taking it to Ethiopia, but I'm going through Russia on my way there." And she didn't understand what I said. And so she said, "Wait here, I'm getting a supervisor." And so he came, and he picked up the book, and he was trying to read it, the dispensing. He read the dispensing. And he said, "What do you do?" And I said, "I'm a physician." He said, "You're a physician?" He said, "Oh, go ahead." Something about dispensing. I don't think he understood. Okay, so we can all be good dispensers.